Hi, this is Etienne from French&Wattle. I'm once again with Kojo from Alteryx, and this is the last video in our CET1 ratio series. If you remember, we have built a process to calculate a CET1 ratio across several entities and consolidated. Then we have added stress testing capabilities with several scenarios and a credit RWA calculator within the process. And we have shown you several visualization capabilities. This video is about how you can use the Alteryx One AI capabilities to prompt the result and get insight on your data and your calculations in a way that is completely exec ready. Over to you, Kojo.
Thanks, Etienne. So for today's session, I'd like to focus specifically on the Auto Insights capability, as well as the Agent Studio that we have currently in private previews. So with this process, what you're seeing here is that I've actually added this pink box into the workflow to take the data at its most granular point, but whilst we've already integrated the different stress scenarios. At this point, as part of the workflow run, the automated run, we are having that data then being pushed up to our Auto Insights platform, where we can then begin to interrogate the data, whether it be using natural language or actually having our templated Auto Insights insight generation capabilities directly placed upon the dataset itself. So let me quickly reshare my screen and give you a quick look at how that works. So at the point at which I've been able to upload my data into the Alteryx One platform and the Auto Insights capability, I'm also able to actually leverage something called the Agent Studio. Now, this is a new offering that Alteryx has, allowing users and Alteryx customers to be able to quickly and easily implement and create their own agentic solutions. This is specific to the Alteryx environment, but as you can see here, I'm able to leverage the insight generation capabilities via the Insights agent. So I've taken my curated, trusted data set built within my Alteryx workflow that I can stand by and that I know is going to be trustworthy, accurate, visible, repeatable, and auditable. And I can now use that information and use that curated data set to then provide information to the masses. So as a executive stakeholder or just somebody within the business who has a quick query about the data set, I can come onto the agent here and I can ask a very simple question such as, give me an executive summary of the stress test scenarios using CS as the baseline. Now, at that moment, this information then gets fired off over to the Alteryx Auto Insights platform, and the relevant functions are used to then create a response back to me. And as you can see, typically within Alteryx, that ability to have a transparent and visible process, you can see exactly what is happening with that agent trying to find the data set, create the calculations, and then hopefully provide me with a consolidated overview of the exact situation that we have here. So we can see in a number of seconds now, we've got an overview of the different stress tests. We have an overview of the native RWA impact by scenario, the breakdown by loan type, and additional information is all there and ready for me to be able to consume. I can ask additional questions here by simply thinking of my own or taking some prompts from the model itself. I also have the capability to go directly into the Alteryx Auto Insights platform by clicking any of the links that you saw on the screen there. So if I just take this one here, this will then take me directly to the Auto Insights search query that's been able to populate the exact view that I've just seen there. So here we can see it's taken the RWA, it's broken it down by scenario, and it's given me that visualization. Now, whilst we're on the platform here, let me just give you a quick tour of what you'll be able to see. Now, in the last video, we did touch on that PowerPoint generation, and that was very much the output of an Auto Insights process or template. So let's take a look at exactly how that output was created and the engine behind it. So the Auto Insights platform gives users the capability to remove the need for specified skills to create dashboards that you would typically do in the likes of Power BI, Tableau and Click. And essentially, it gives you templated views that can be auto-populated using some of the embedded AI and algorithms that are in the platform itself to be able to provide you with a trend analysis and a key overview of the KPIs and breakdowns in your data. So we can see things such as the converted RWA value, how that has changed per currency, loan type, branch ID, and more importantly, we also get some of the key drivers behind these moves. So if you really want to be able to have that root cause analysis, using Auto Insights is a quick and easy way for you to be able to understand exactly what's happened in relation to your key KPIs, but more importantly, what is driving those movements. So you can begin to understand that, for example, euro as a currency or the branch BR001 has had a significant impact on this converted RWA value. The idea is here that you can keep clicking through the information, finding the information you want and the answers to your questions so that you can then be happy to go back to the business with a decision or with a action for the next step. As a final step here, we also have the capabilities, if I go back to the assets really quickly here, to actually create some outputs based on the information that we've just looked at. So going back to that view, we can see that with the preset report summary, we also have an export option. With this export option, we can really truly leverage generative AI to actually create outputs based on the information that we've just looked at. Whether it be a presentation, email, or a message, we can create that using generative AI and essentially taking the information that we've seen with the visualizations and the key commentary that we found there and put that into a easily consumable asset that can be downloaded. Your own themes can be applied to it, and you can actually take that for internal presentations. Now, this is something that can be completely edited. So whether it be your audience, your objective, the inclusion of recommendations, the language, and even the tone of voice, you can save and regenerate this process even over and over again to ensure that you're getting the right outputs to be able to consume that information with the right audience.
Thank you, Kojo. This is a very clever use of AI. All the calculations for CET1 ratio and for stress testing are entirely deterministic, but this uses AI capabilities for what they are really good at, prompting results, digging into more details, and generating comments, analysis, variance analysis, and board papers. It's very easy to see how that could help people working on capital management, stress testing, and people having to write management papers or board papers. This is a brilliant use. Thank you very much, Kojo. As always, more details on Alteryx.com and French&Wattle.com, and keep following us for more videos. Thank you.
Thank you.